right. Just I always got to get in here first. Give me a second. Just in case there's any chat. I always have my second monitor with Facebook and I'm in the group. That way I have it open in case there is anyone that ends up chatting. So today I'm changing things up a little bit. I'm not trying to do anything super fancy. I'm just using one of my old overlays that I built and everything. But this question's come up a couple times, if not more. And I actually have two Canon M50s. This right now that you're looking at is the Canon M50 Mark II. And I got that going with the HDMI cable to a CamLink 4K to the back of my CalDigit. Excuse me. But a lot of people ask or have the issue where their Canon cameras or their cameras in general probably, I guess, turn off. But I saw this one article and video, or I guess you call it a post or blog or something, and video, and it's actually in the ECAMM, I guess, community. And I linked it a couple times in the last day or so. So I figured, you know what, let's just talk about this. So I actually took down my original Canon because my drop-down camera that I'm using is a Mevo Start, and I kind of prefer this as a drop-down. There's nothing really wrong with this, but I do notice because I never turn them off. These things are on 24/7. Once in a blue moon, and I think as I'm overtaxing the power sources, I find it off. So I just turn it off, turn it back on, it works fine. But I use these cameras, the Canon M50. I use these cameras pretty much daily. I never turn them off. This one, the original, once in a while it's a little glitchy. Turn it off, turn it back on, it's fine. Sometimes I'll be live an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. My camera doesn't turn off. So I'll link the article, but I just wanted to show two things that I believe are very important. So you got to go into your settings. You got to change a few things. But I believe they said one of the most important, and I don't know if you can see this, I got it on movie mode. So let's see if I can bring that up close to the camera. So one, I got in movie mode, and two, and I do this with my Canon M50 Mark II as well, the screen. My understanding, and I don't know if it's still current, my understanding is you have to have it flip open. Now, it's okay to flip it back, but you want the screen on the outside. And there are other settings, and like I said, I'm not going to go through every little thing. And I just watch videos. I Google, I watch videos. I am not that well versed when it comes to cameras and all this detailed stuff. I Google. I'm in IT. Google's your friend. I'm just saying. So I got this plugged in over there. This is for my dummy battery. And I'm going to just plug that in over here in the bottom. That way I have power and constant power. And I actually have this already plugged in. Now, I don't have this plugged in directly to my Mac. I have this plugged into my CalDigit. So let's move to this camera. So right here, I got it plugged into the CalDigit. And this camera is also an M50. I mean, a Mevo Start, so I can move it. So if you notice right there, the black and white cable, that's the one I'm using for the Canon. So I'm going to put that up there. Let's go back over here. I'm trying to set this one. Yeah. And then I got this cable. Now, this cable is a little special. It's got a different shape to it. So this is still a mini USB, but you could use it either way. So I could go up or I could go down. And I'm horrible at this, so give me a minute to plug this thing in. Oh, it wasn't that bad this time. And then with my cage, I'm just going to run it down the side a little bit here to just get it out of the way. So right now, I should be able to power on my camera. And I'm going to go ahead and move that little latch. I'm going to open this up. So this should be working now. And this is why I think ECAMM is effing amazing. I don't have anything turned off. Nothing. Autofocus is on. There's the screw. This is not a clean feed whatsoever. So what I'm going to do is, let's make sure this worked. Because again, anytime you're live, half this stuff doesn't work. And it's funny, because it's not on the list. What's going on? Didn't I not plug you in all the way? Turn it off again. I just did this before I went live. All right, let's take a look. Am I blind or you not working? Leave it to it not working when I'm actually live. So I'm going to unplug it from the dock. I'm going to plug it back in. Now, when I used to use this all the time, it was plugged in directly to the Mac Mini. But I did this not that long ago. Let's switch to here. And it was working. And now it doesn't want to work. Are you kidding me? So let me see if I could get this cable plugged into the Mac Mini. And here's the problem with trying to get this thing plugged into the Mac Mini right now. Let me try one more time. I have my Mac Mini mounted to the back of my monitor. So I wasn't planning on using this anymore. And now, I just wanted to show this real quick. You're going to give me a problem. I think it's working this time. Let's find out. There it goes. So it wanted to mess with me. I would recommend putting it straight to the Mac, just not to have the problems. But I guess there was a little connection problem. So as you can see, this is the Canon M50 original model, USB cable, dummy battery, got it on movie mode with the screen out. Show you, and you could see all the information. You could see the little square going crazy with the let's go here, that way it doesn't look that completely weird. You can see the focus and everything is on there, all the information's on there, but yet when I come to the camera, that's a clean feed. I thought I would not be able to use this camera because I didn't do my research, and it does not have a clean HDMI. So as far as the Canon M50, the original, I would use it with the USB. Now, if you do use an HDMI with a capture card, you're not going to have a clean HDMI. The best you could do is come over to, I think it's the info button. You're going to hit the info button. Oh, let me switch this. I'm sorry. Yeah. So you could hit the info button until it's completely clean. So again, you got the info button. You can hit the info button until it's completely clean. But then you have to put it on manual focus, which to me is, no, I ain't going to do it. But, you know, depending on the distance, you could focus it yourself. They got other devices that you could connect to it that, to me, spending $300 or so on something that you could push a button and focus it for you, But ECAMM is just magic, man. Look at this. Just works. ECAMM brought this camera back to life for me. The only reason I'm not using it is because I think as a drop down and stuff, the Mevo does better work for me. Plus, now I'm just going to use this thing to actually take pictures and record. So I'm going to test out that because I haven't recorded anything in years. I haven't taken pictures in years. And I'm not a photographer. I'm not a videographer. I'm a tech enthusiast that likes to tinker. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off, take it apart. But that's going to be it for today. So again, can you use a Canon M50 or the original one? Yes. And this is the only time I would probably recommend using just a USB. Not saying you can't use USB on other devices, but I personally just prefer to just use the HDMI. At certain situations, I would prefer to bring the audio and everything. So like on my other Canon, when I do some work with the companies we support, I've used my Canon M50 with the where are they? The Rode Wireless Go. And I just mount this right on top of the Canon M50 and wire it straight into the camera. So audio, everything through the HDMI cable right into the computer. Bam, done. So I personally, until I have issues, am a fan of, especially not the office or your studio setup, but when you're out and about, put the mic on the camera, run it with an HDMI cable to whatever capture device you have, to whatever computer you have, to whatever software you have. That's just me. So now I'm rambling as usual. So that's going to be it for today, and we'll see you tomorrow.